Out of the shadows comes that which has always existed, yet never knew how to coexist amongst those that resisted, and some viewed twisted the thoughts and ideas which reside in my head. The parts which try to conceptualize the feelings and tones of the unknown. It is obvious to me. There are things I cannot see. Yet hope, love, and faith guide me to a better place. With a smile internal, I have learned to ignore the incessant chatters and focus only on what matters. The present, the gift of life eternal. So how do we endure on a path so unsure, complicated by altered replications of need, speed, and greed? How do we live our lives freed? How do we eliminate those ideas floating in our heads of dread and fear or doom and gloom? How do we maneuver through a world seemingly lost with unkindness, bewildered by manipulated blindness, misappropriated thoughts, entangled feelings based on ideas which no longer serve to advance what's taught? Never mind the thought which occurs if our liberties are being deferred. To sit at home and be free? Is this the opportunity to finally be our own? Home with family, or alone? With ourselves, detaching from the bonded thoughts which enslaved our minds for so long. Freedom. Is it a place, a thing, or idea? Cluttered senses from the noise of the busyness of life. Perhaps Mother Earth just needed some space to breathe and release the strife. Sometimes life is just that simple. All prayers answered like an ocean's ripple. Searching for the whole, I lost sight of the parts. Lifetimes before provides an open door to explore those parts which bring the knowing, realizing now the whole is an illusionary goal. As the whole is nothing without its parts. There are gaps and bridges, streams and beams, mountains and ridges, levels and levers that some try and trigger discord among the parts. Yet these experiences are wonders to behold and allows the spirit to unfold. Amazingly, our parts know what to do, and despite an imagined self, I grew. Throughout contradictions and limiting restrictions, generations of truths go unspoken of courage and strength, and how the will cannot be broken. I have come to be free and learn to stretch the limitations beyond their length to further restrict and restrain me. The bonds transfixed in the mind are now released to discover. It is no longer necessary to hide or abide by imaginary illusions or misdrawn conclusions, to pretend to be your adversary, to refrain from speaking my truth, to ignore the calling I carry, or to seek an invisible enemy without proof. To consider perhaps finding yourself is a misnomer, and remembering yourself is the Homer. Closed eyes now opened widely to an understanding that the remedy is contained within the struggle and represents our mission to honor and support life and believe in what you are wishing. And though I write these words, there is nothing you have not heard, maybe from a different perspective, as the truth is always elective. It seems we have an opportunity to become alive and see the parts which make the whole, to nourish our soul, to drive our compassion and open our hearts to the understanding that our humanness is our greatest gift, and only wish that with courage, strength, and conviction, we can live life without restriction. We can climb any mountain and claim our victory of peace of mind, hope, faith, love, and connection. I am no stranger to fear. Perhaps the only difference now is I can put it in its place. I learned how to grab hold of fear and ride it like it is my last race. Fear taught me how to catch my thoughts before they spewed in the air, go through motions when no one really cared, hide feelings and ideas to not offend or abandon, react in ways so often foreign and random. It is different now. I learned through my practice how to win by going within. I learned to honor and respect the potential in me and allow it to flow. A fact my parts have always wanted me to know. If I did not watch the sky, I would never know the answer to the proverbial question, why? With each new day, I greet the crystal in the sky. With heartfelt gratitude and an adjustment of attitude, I open the channel of love, universal flow of regeneration, which allows me to be the blooming rose, the garden's hose, the bird perched in a tree, a nice cup of green tea, the hummingbird which flies still, or the dandelion which moves the earth with sure will, the palette of colors across the sky, the thread in a piece of cloth nearby, the darkness as it meets the light, the rainbow so bright. Thus, all these things and more, connected by parts to adore, allows me to experience the goal of the soul and see the mission unfold.